In this video, I'm going to be guiding you on how to get 4-mark draw and explain diagram question for paper 1 and paper 2. Firstly, this is how your marks are allocated. The first mark comes from perfect labels in the entire diagram, and then the second mark comes from shifting the diagram correctly. The third and fourth mark come from the explanation of the diagram, one for stating the cause and the other for stating the economic effect. And these are the best practices that you could utilize for your 4-mark questions. The first one is mandatory, but the other 3 are optional. The most important aspect to the explanation of these questions is the cause and effect. If you clearly identify and explain the cause, such as price of imported rice falls, and the effect, such as the demand for imported rice increases, this will get you your 2 marks. Sometimes candidates will get the cause completely wrong, but they are able to explain the correct effect magically. That would still get them 1 mark for the explanation. And the other things that are nice to haves but not mandatory is that you need to use specific labels, illustrate your shift with an arrow, and match the written labels on the diagram. For example, D1 to D2, or S1 to S2, and so on and so forth. Moving on to some student examples. I've tried to give a wide variety of student examples, some that have written too much, and some that has given us the bare minimum, but yet all of these have one thing in common: they all scored 4 out of 4. Explain the likely effect on Bhutan's real GDP of a large increase in sales of electricity produced in Bhutan to India. As you can see here, the candidate has more than fully labeled the diagram. The y-axis is labeled average price levels in BTN and the x-axis real GDP. The candidate has shifted the AD curve from AD1 to AD2 to the right. They have also labeled the diagram PL1 to PL2 and an increase in real GDP from Y1 to Y2. You can see in this diagram that all of the numbers match, and there are arrows to illustrate the direction of the shift. As this diagram is perfectly labeled and shifted correctly, that's 2 marks for the diagram marks. The other 2 marks come from the explanation. Let's have a look. An increase in the sales of electricity results in an increase in export revenue earned. Since net exports X minus M represents a component of aggregate demand, this means that aggregate demand shifts right from AD1 to AD2. This causes an increase in average prices from PL1 to PL2, and an increase in Bhutan's real GDP from Y1 to Y2. I have put in bold the cause and effect in the writing. As the cause of a large increase in sales of electricity produced in Bhutan to India, this will increase the export revenue earned. And the effect of this is that there will be an increase in real GDP in Bhutan. And here's another example. Explain the likely effect of an improvement in the level of education in Kenya's potential output. You can see that in this diagram, the X and Y axis is less detailed, but yet it was acceptable. And there's a rightward shift from the LRAS from LRAS1 to LRAS2, which increases real GDP from YF1 to YF2. So that will be 2 marks for the diagram, as we have correct labels and a correct shift. And the result of the improvement in the level of education in Kenya is the increase in the quality of the factors of production. And the effect of this is that full employment level of output of the Kenyan economy will increase from YF1 to YF2. As you can see, there are 2 distinctive explanation points, which starts with the cause, which is the increase in quality of factors of production, and the effect, which is the full employment level of output of the Kenyan economy. As you can see that this candidate has also used the labels of the diagram to support their explanation, such as shifting LRAS out from LRAS1 to LRAS2, and increasing the level of output in the Kenyan economy from YF1 to YF2. And here's another example. Explain the likely effect of the reduction of the tariff on the quantity of rice demanded in Kenya. As you can see, this is a fully labeled tariff diagram, which gets 2 marks. You might notice that this is not a full tariff diagram, but that's okay because this part of the diagram answers the question on how a reduction of the tariff on the quantity of rice demanded in Kenya. So only this part of the diagram is required. The explanation of this diagram also has a cause and effect. Due to the reduction of the tariff, the price of imported rice is to fall. Subsequently, the demand for imported rice increases. This candidate has chosen to use the diagram labels to enhance their explanation. Explain the likely effect of the improvement in the level of education in Kenya's potential output. This one we have done before. I wanted to show you this one as the diagram labels are less detailed compared to the other three examples. As you can see, on the y-axis, there's APL, which stands for average price levels. And this type of labeling is perfectly acceptable. So there is the correct labeling and the correct shift, 2 marks for the diagram. And the explanation follows a very similar format. Improvement in the level of education will lead to quality of labor increase, which increases Kenya's productivity and efficiency. Therefore, this leads to an increase in potential output shown by the increase in LRAS. You can see that this candidate did not fully use the labels on the diagram for their explanation, but that's okay. As long as they have the cause and effect in their explanation, they will get the 2 marks. Lastly, explain how a contractionary monetary policy could prevent depreciation of the KES. You can see this is a pretty generic diagram, but still, 2 marks are awarded. You can see that on the y-axis is a generic exchange rate, and on the x-axis it is a generic Q in units. This kind of labeling is sufficient for these types of questions. And this candidate explained that contractionary monetary policy incentivizes savings, which in turn people will purchase the KES and put it into a bank. And the purchase of KES means that there is demand for KES, will shift the demand curve to the right, which causes an increase in exchange rate. You can see here that this candidate did not use any of his labels from the diagram into the explanation, but yet they still got 2 marks, as they had the cause and effect. I hope that helped. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.